people can write all they want, but what are people doing? And if there's anybody that's out there doing, they know how hard it is to actually do. And I'm like a motivation of the doers.
How often are you creative? Do you feel like you could be doing more with your brain? Do you not get complete fulfillment from just getting work done in school? In my opinion, practicing creativity is vital to living a happy and fulfilling life. But the problem is that oftentimes we don't get to be creative. Especially as we get older, outlets for creativity become more scarce and less connected to the normal path of completing school and getting a job. More effort is required to be creative, but I strongly believe that the additional work is well worth it. In this video, I will detail the importance of creativity and how consistently doing something creative will positively affect your life. Additionally, I will cover how we can implement creative activities into your routine, woven in between our normal tasks like school and work. I hope you find this video worth your time, and let's get started. To start off this discussion of creativity, I want to reflect on my life before I started consistently making an effort to be creative. What I felt most of all was a void related to fulfillment. I was just not satisfied with the tasks I was completing in my daily life. School was not doing it, and I saw this as confusing because I thought school was supposed to give you that sense of accomplishment. I kept thinking that it would change as I moved up in high school, but nothing ever really happened. That is also my fault though. I never took action to make a change in my routine or what I was doing outside of the school day. A couple factors played into this. Throughout high school, I had an extremely poor sleep schedule, and so my mental strength was never at 100%. Also, I had little to no confidence, so I did not believe in myself enough to start something outside of the box. Today, I now realize what I was missing, and on my creative journey, I have begun to fill that void that kept me from being satisfied with my life. So now I ask you to reflect for a moment. Do you feel this void too? Do you want to be doing more with your life? If you can relate to this, creativity is the answer. Being creative will fill that void, and over time, you will see how it is a core piece of a fulfilling lifestyle. I want you to see creativity as something just as important as school, if not more vital. Doing something creative challenges your brain in ways studying for a test will never be able to do. And that is why we must seek out ways to put our thinking abilities to the test and push our creative limits. Creativity is like a weight for your brain. You can use creativity to gradually strengthen your cognitive skills, which can lead to improvements in many areas of your life. This needs to be said though. Being creative is not always easy. There can be several obstacles present at any given time, including stress from life, negative thoughts, or simply a creative block. But at the same time, fighting through those roadblocks and having a creative breakthrough feels all the more rewarding. Moving on, I want to dive into more detail about why creativity tests your brain and how being creative relates to your life. Creativity comes from how you think about and react to all the things you experience in life. You develop creative thoughts by processing and reflecting on these experiences, and this dynamic tests your brain's ability to internalize the world around you. By being creative, you are training your brain to think about everything differently and more critically, so that you can use something that happens to you to fuel your creative projects. Quick side note, it is such a great feeling when you do something creative and then after you realize why you had that thought. Understanding your source of inspiration is just another way of strengthening your brain. As I talked about briefly at the start of this section, being more creative will ripple into other areas of your life. I can almost guarantee that you will see improvements in any task that requires thinking if you practice creativity more. Now, at first, it might seem hard to even define what a creative thought would be, or you might feel that you don't have the ability to think outside of the box. Every single person on this planet has the ability to be creative, and that includes you. Also, you are the person who defines what creativity means for you, so never compare what you come up with to others. In the next section, I will cover exactly how we can take action and start being more creative in our lives. Do not be nervous about being creative, because I believe that anyone can implement creative activities into their daily lives. First off, you need somewhere to put your thoughts. You can use a notes app, a physical notebook, a Google Doc, whatever you want. Make it a habit of sitting down for 15 minutes and putting your ideas somewhere. It is too hard to remember every thought, and you don't want to go through the struggle of trying to remember that great idea you lost because you did not transfer it from your mind. Moving forward, I would like to highlight the specific activities you can try out that foster creativity. One of the best and most accessible options is creating content, which is my main creative outlet right now. There is a space for every type of interest and idea. It's your choice to decide if you want to pursue content creation to fulfill your creative desires. Outside of that, you can also dedicate your creativity to solve a problem. Maybe there is an issue where you live, or it could be helping someone on an individual level. Of course, we also have to acknowledge art and the various mediums such as drawing, film, writing, and music. With bringing these forms up, I also want to add that you don't necessarily have to be super talented in a certain field to get creative fulfillment out of it. I'm certainly not the best content creator out there, but I still enjoy what I do. Additionally, don't even think about money and success as signals for creativity levels. There should be no stakes when you are being creative. Just do it for the purpose of seeking fulfillment, and anything that results from your work is just an added bonus. Remember, the most important detail is using your brain to think outside of the box, leaving any fears or self-judgments behind, and embracing wherever your creative journey takes you.
Just the fact that I'm willing to fail is an inspiration. People are so scared to lose that they don't even try. Like, one thing that people can't say is they can't say, I'm not trying.
Practicing creativity is a personal responsibility. Especially in the present day, creativity is not fostered and not viewed as necessary for success. You must make it a habit of being creative, and trust me, you will be rewarded for it. To recap, over the course of this video, we first discussed the void that may exist internally if you are not actively being creative. Then, we covered how creativity can push your brain beyond any perceived limits. After, we covered the various ways you can actually be creative in your daily life. I hope this video helped you see the importance of creativity, if you did not know before. I'm interested to hear any ideas you may have about what you might want to try. So leave your plans in the comments, and as always, this has been Dark Horse, and I will see you in the next video.
Ain't no question if I want it, I need it.